Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
Okay, well, I want to just say thank you for taking the time today. I really love the 4 episodes that we got, and I'm already like, I need more. But I want to know what drew you to want to be a part of this.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I like to work. So I was sent an audition, I auditioned, I got it, and I did not know anything about this universe. I did not know anything about League of Legends. All I knew was that I had a script I was really impressed with and a character I really liked. And then I started the job and I was working with phenomenal people who were really allowing me to explore and really, make it mine. And the direction I got was so good. And it's hi.
Hello.
Hi, so I think someone put me in the wrong room. Hi, sorry.
Oh no, that's been happening. I was pleasantly surprised to see that I am now part of this phenomenal thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a massive like fan favorite. Like, was there any pressure at all to join when you like kind of figured out, oh, League of Legends is like a big deal?
Oh yeah, I mean, there was a bit, not necessarily pressure, but I felt a little nervous because I know it's well loved. So I just want to make sure I've done a great job for everybody. That's all.
Well, how would you describe your character to those who are new to this entire world? And then, of course, this show as well.
Oh, my character is, she runs Piltover with a council, and she's complex. There's a lot to her. So it's difficult for me to kind of like lay it out in a few seconds. But I think that she is complex in a beautiful way, and I think that she is very relatable, even though you wouldn't think that she would be.
Well, speaking of her being relatable, how would you consider yourself relatable to her?
Oh, I think that the struggle, I think this is relatable to a lot of women who try to excel at what they do, and that is insofar as trying to do your best and be the best while also preserving your softness, not being like not turning into someone hard just because you're like fighting for something or working so hard towards something, and not letting the way that people treat you turn you into something that you're not.
Yeah, that's definitely, I'll tell you, that's how I can relate to her as well. Being a woman trying to work in the industry, and you're like, I want to be, good at what I do, but like, I gotta still be nice and not let it destroy me.
Right. Yeah. I still want to be me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what you hope that people will take away from the series as a whole. I mean, we talked a little bit about your character, but.
Gosh, I think that it's a wild ride and a really great ride, and I think it's really easy to get sucked into this and just kind of like sit in it. And I want people to leave it feeling like they've been part of the journey, like they've really been inside it, and just really emotionally connect to it.
Yeah, I think, well, like I said, I've seen 4 episodes and I'm like jonesing for more. I'm like, they can't believe they couldn't give us the whole series. This is killing me. So I can't wait to see more. Definitely going to share it with my kids as well. We're very into this sort of thing. So definitely excited about it. But I'm curious if there were any challenges that you had to face in this role, especially were you having to deal with the pandemic?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think every single project, voiceover or not, has had its challenges, but a lot of us were, I think, really understood very quickly what we needed to do and put together studios in our homes. And there were a lot of technical difficulties at first for all sides, but I think we've all gotten to really understand what we need to do in order to get it done this way. And I think that in some ways it sort of helped me anyway, because I was a little less self-conscious in my own studio with no one watching me, and I felt a little bit freer to kind of like just go for it. So
yeah, well, I was going to ask if you got to record at all with any of your cast members, but it sounds like no, you didn't.
Ilaria, that was it.
That was it?
I think so. I don't remember. I was pregnant at the time, so I might not remember, but I think that was it.
Listen, I hear you. I get it. So if you had the choice to live in, and I know it feels like it should be an obvious answer. I know, but I feel like there's pros and cons to both Piltover and the Underworld, right? So where would you, if you had to choose, where do you think you would want to live personally?
Personally, I don't know. Are there suburbs?
The best of both worlds. I know it's difficult. It's difficult because I felt like, there is the pros and cons, and
Yes.
so, it's great though. I loved this series so much. And so did you ever sit down and have you played any League of Legends after getting the
I
role,
have
or?
not. Harry you played it today for the first time, right?
I did. I set up an account a while ago. I never actually was brave enough to get in. And today, in preparation for all these interviews, I did log on and have a little wander around the world as Viktor, and killed a few, mainly was killed by other people. But it was great to see it. What most people is their kind of first port of call. And I've had this very different journey, starting from the very beginning of Viktor's mythology and ending up there. It's actually been a really good way around to do it. Not that anyone else could do it that way.
Well, listen, I played it way long ago, and I had kids, and just, life happens. So that's fun that you just dove into it. But how do you relate to your character, Harry? At all?
Well, he's much, if the first thing you know or see about Viktor is the game, you'd think that's a tricky guy to relate to. But what's wonderful about the series and his arc specifically is that when we meet him in episode 1, I think you actually met him in episode 2 the first time, he's very relatable. He's a lovely, frail, intelligent, sounds kind of Eastern European. He's a Zaunite living in Piltover, and there's a lot more going on, and you can tell that just by looking at him. But he's got a wry wit, and he's got some secrets, but he's benign, and he takes a shining to Jayce, and that's the beginning of clearly what becomes a great odyssey of a relationship. So it was lovely to kind of start at the very start before it gets complicated and heavy and very dark.
Yeah.
And see all the different colors. Yeah, it's you're in for a good trip with Viktor.
It's interesting, and I like his arc that I've seen so far. I will say it's very awesome.
Great.
But I'm like, again, I want more, right? I'm dying for more. But well, maybe we'll get more. Fingers crossed. That would be lovely. So I'm curious though, what made you want to join Arcane?
Well, I think Toks probably told you. I think we all signed up without really knowing what we were signing up for, and then got this wonderful surprise when we were inside the family, being like, "Oh, this is a great family," and one that wants us to be part of it, and one that hopefully we can be part of for a while, and has got this huge, massive, followers, and who are all so. And you feel it, even in the interviews, people are so excited, which is great, because I've not been able to talk about this for almost 3 years. This secret job that you go off every few months and do another few scenes, and you come back a bit later, and they've tweaked a little bit, so you've got to go back for some more, and then you see that another layer of animation added, and you're like, "Oh, that looks fantastic, well done guys, you're finished." And they're like, "No, it's not even half done yet." And you're like,
"Oh my gosh,
keep going." And yes, and then the COVID pushed everything back, so enough already, let's do it, let's get it out.
I know. Well, I'm excited for others to see it. And like I said, I absolutely adored it. So thank you guys so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.